You talk about your knee-jerk reactions, conspiracies, and disinformation. Area 51 certainly comes to mind. You know, I remember getting to sit in on a preview of the summer blockbuster Independence Day, and we're sitting there and watching the movie, and they get to the point where the president is informed, hey, there really is an Area 51. And this is in Las Vegas, so everybody's pretty hip to this topic, and these guys in front of me are going, it's like, you know, why you needed a Hollywood blockbuster to confirm this stuff, I don't know, but it was a humorous moment. You know, today Area 51 is the subject of movies and documentaries and network features and newspaper stories and magazine covers, talk shows, internet chatter, tabloid fantasies, and UFO debates. Popular Science, Popular Mechanics, Aviation Week, the New York Times, the Washington Post, 60 Minutes, German, Australian networks, Entertainment Tonight, Hard Copy, A Current Affair, Unsolved Mysteries, Sightings, Encounters, The Paranormal Borderline, Geraldo, Montel Williams, Art Bell, Chuck Harder, The X-Files, and dozens of less influential media outlets have chronicled the rise of a veritable Area 51 cottage industry, including a research center and a viewer's guide, the Alien, T-shirts and posters and buttons and bumper stickers, videos and satellite images, and even, as we're going to see in a couple of minutes, a Bob Lazar Christmas ornament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 15 years ago, Groom Lake was not even a burp on our collective radar screen. True, there were some sporadic reports over the years in Las Vegas newspapers about this base out there, along with some oblique references in certain UFO circles. If you recall, Falcon and Condor talked a little bit about a secret base in Nevada, and there was something called the Aquarius document floating around. But few people outside of Nevada or the inner circles of ufology had ever heard of the place. Three things changed that. First, in 1984, the U.S. military initiated the illegal seizure of 89,000 acres of public land around Groom Lake. Just took it and later asked for permission to take it. Second, a UFO researcher named John Lear started touting his belief that Bob Lazar admitted his involvement in the secret effort to back-engineer alien technology at a facility near Groom Lake. I was instrumental in bringing all three of those developments to the attention of a larger public. And in light of all the folklore and which have emerged as a result of those initial news reports, I don't think it's exactly an achievement to brag about, but it is mine nonetheless. Concerning UFO allegations, there are some things that we can conclude, I think, with some reasonable certainty. Saucer-shaped craft have been witnessed at or near that facility since the 1950s. More than 24 former or current employees have told me as much over the years. A much smaller number of witnesses claim to have seen alien beings at the base. Odd, glowing craft have been photographed and videotaped in the vicinity of Area 51. That much is true. Last year I did a couple of update stories on Area 51 for anyone in the audience who's not familiar with the base or with Bob Lazar, and maybe we can roll that tape right now.
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs.
The interview that launched 1,000 business ventures. Bob Lazar's 1989 claims that he saw flying saucers housed and tested near Groom Lake caused ripples which are still being felt. At least 4 movie projects, dozens of screenplays, a few books, T-shirts and bumper stickers, artwork, a rock band, a Las Vegas bar, a viewer's guide, a research center, countless news reports, even a Bob Lazar Christmas ornament. Not bad for a place that until last year didn't officially exist. The military now admits what the world already knew. It has a, quote, operating location, Lake. But the Pentagon says the base has no name. By denying the place has a name, the Defense Department hopes to stall a lawsuit filed by former workers who claim they were exposed to toxic chemicals there. The lawyer who filed the suit thinks it's ridiculous.
You just can't have black places. You can't have places that don't exist. The government cannot create these secret enclaves in which it and it alone determines what laws will govern.
Despite official denials, the common name for the base has always been Area 51. We recently found this 1967 government map which lists that name. Subsequent maps left the name blank. We also found a 70s newspaper article in which the Pentagon mentions Area 51 by name. What's it called today? High-level sources say the military uses the term score event to refer to it. Who runs the base? The CIA built it for use in the U-2 program. This is rare footage taken from Groom Lake of some early tests. Current warning signs indicate it's an Air Force facility, but all branches of the military have used it, along with most major defense contractors. The common thread has always been EG&G, which has had the contract to operate the facility since the beginning. What goes on there today? Plenty. Highly placed sources say the base employs about 1,800 people. One of their main missions is to evaluate Russian defense systems, equipment that's in the hands of unfriendly nations later, although the technology isn't far along. As for flying saucers, the military admits it has built these unmanned craft. It may not be a coincidence that the Air Force's only unmanned aerial ground out there still attracts visitors from all over the world.
It's still newsworthy in Europe?
Yes. No, also in Europe, Area 51 is well known.
Look how bright it's getting. Look at it now.
This 1989 home video of a glowing orb above Area 51 is the first, but certainly not the last, taken of odd objects in the Nevada desert. Scientist Bob Lazar said he knew where to set up his camera because he worked at Papoose 51. Lazar said he saw 9 flying discs of alien origin hidden in hillside hangars.
There were 9 total that I saw, each one being different. Like they had the assortment pack.
Lazar's controversial statement come by the busload to Groom Lake to watch the skies.
This is a classic mothership appearance.
Nearby, the rustic town of Rachel became a UFO hotspot. The town's bar and grill became the Little Ailey Inn, whose walls are adorned with alien drawings and poster-sized photos of the base. A full line of UFO merchandise, including videos, T-shirts, antimatter hats, and ET welcome mats, is for sale.
Hordes of people come out here.
Yeah, from all over?
From all over.
Owner Joe Travis has given more interviews than he can remember to news crews from all over the world. This crew from Switzerland, for example, arrived just this week. Public interest remains high, even though the Area 51 is off limits, but people still see weird lights in the sky.
Straight up.
Photos have captured glowing globs, sombrero-shaped craft, dual objects with rows of lights, things which make unusual maneuvers.
If anything, it's increased over the past months. You know, it's just every week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, people come in and say they have seen this orange globe or orb, whatever you want to call it.
Today, the base is hidden, protected by motion detect legal briefs filed by the Pentagon. A lawsuit by 6 former employees alleges the military endangered workers by illegally disposing of hazardous waste at Area 51. The government has used national security as grounds to stall the suit. It denied the base existed, denied it has a name, even denied having such hazardous materials as jet fuel and car batteries, although both jets and cars have been photographed there, as seen in this previously classified film. President Clinton recently signed an order exempting the base from environmental laws, but the lawyer who filed the suit doesn't think it will matter in the long run.
From the very beginning, the military has adopted an absolutist position in this case, that they and they alone will dictate what information the public receives.